Stash Bash 2020 continues, and in today's video I'm going to show you my button and my jewel collection. They're not enamel dots, I couldn't really call them that. So let's start with the buttons because it's probably the easiest of the two to show you. Bought this case. It's not terribly full. Basically, yeah, this is the buttons I've got. Some of them are vintage, actually from my Nan's collection. So this is like a really old coat button, and I would never use these in my scrapbooking because the back is just crazy big. But I thought, you know, if I ever needed a button for a coat, I know where to come and look for them. These are really old. These are leather covered, similar to these, but these you can see are actual fabric. So I don't know, these are probably 50 to 80 years old anyway. Some of these are thrifted, just like that one. Some beads that I thrifted. They actually ended up coming in a package with these kinds of buttons, and I just didn't really know what to do with them, so I threw them in here for now. I may end up just throwing them out, but we'll see. So a lot of my button collection is actually this kind that has the single shank on the back. So really good for sewing, not so good for scrapbooking. Green. And you can see the colors that I use the most. This bottom section is whites, creams, and clear. So, you know, I actually use these when I'm repairing a piece of clothing. Throw that guy in there. I don't actually think I need the bag anymore. I also tend to put my buttons from my clothing. You know how sometimes you buy a piece of clothing and it'll come with a backup button? I'll actually put them in here too, because 90% of the time I don't end up needing to replace the backup button. So yeah, that's it. I'm hoping to use all of this and be done. I do have another collection of buttons, but they're specialty buttons. I'll pause this and I'll go grab those to show you too. They're with my more vintage bin. So I'll be right back. Hello. All right, so I went and I got my vintage bin, which is this bin right here. I'll show that in another video. It's just a little shoebox container, and it's got like papers and scraps and stuff in it. So I like to try to keep things together when I can. This was actually gifted to me by, oh my gosh, Susan, in my crazy Christmas box exchange that we did. And I loved these so much that I thought I'd just leave them together. And then these are buttons that I bought from Michaels. I guess they're technically not buttons, but some of them are, as you can see. They're plastic. They're really nothing spectacular, but I liked that they were all steampunky because, you know, and they're light, so easy to glue on projects. So those were a Michaels find. And then these were also a Michaels find. Sorry for the crinkling. I won't dump the whole thing out because you'll get the idea. But these are really light plastic. They're really quite cheap. But, you know, they don't have to look expensive to be useful. And I just liked the variety of metal finishes on these. And most of them are pretty uniform. A couple of them have that weird shank on the back. Ugh. But what I tend to do is just take a pair of vice grip, or not vice grips, can't think of what it is, but I cut this off on the back, and then you can anchor it on a project pretty easily. Some of them are teeny tiny. That one looks like a zipper to me, but yeah. So that is, oh wow, there's a skull. There's a skull in there. I did not even know that was in there. So that's my button collection, such as it is. And I'm really going to try not to buy any more buttons. because they make projects just a little too chunky and make it really hard to mail. So next up is my jewels. It says enamel dots, but there's really no enamel dots in here. So there's just random packages of things. Most of these have been gifted to me by my pen pals. Some brads that should probably be in another place, but they're not. And a lot of these I just buy at the dollar store because, as you can see, I love these. I haven't even used them yet because they're just, I love them too much. Yeah, I have pretty much every conceivable color. One of my pen pals from Tasmania, we just did like a bling pocket letter exchange. So she gave me like one of every color she had in her stash. And because I don't use them all that much, they've lasted me over a year or two now. I love these. I use these quite a bit. Oh, enamel dots, sticking to other things. Love those colors too. Little hearts. And this, like my letter stickers, this is the issue, right? Because of the way I'm storing them, they tend to fall off things. So, some bling, purple. What I would be really smart to do, actually, what I would be really smart to do would be to put these with my little color. I should do that. Cork. I would be really smart to put all these with my little color embellishment iris containers, and then they'd be more likely to get used up. Some stickers that have bling on them, and some other little bits and pieces in there in the bottom. So maybe that's what I'll do. I've been watching Mercy Tara and Nicole Jones 911, and they've got a really cool way that they, well, Mercy Tara did. I'm thinking Nicole Jones organized quite the same way, but they have them so that they're almost by color family, but I couldn't be bothered to spend the time to do that. So I may just end up throwing these in my little iris bins if they're not too full already, because you can see this is not working. I've got to pull everything out to find something in a color I want. So yeah, not so much. But that's my collection of jewels and enamel, and for the most part, there's some that I've already kind of split off and is in a kit. But yeah, this little box is so cute. It's magnifique. All right, everybody, that's it for today's video. Thanks for stopping by and continuing to watch my Stash Bash 2020 videos. Stay tuned. There will be a ribbon video coming up at some point. Maybe also my inks. We'll kind of see how things go, because I don't want to spend every video doing an inventory of my stuff, because I don't have a lot of stuff. And to be perfectly honest, it's not that exciting. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.